Ramji can stay calm and composed, even if the sky falls down, and get on with his work, said Dr. Krishna Kumar to my mother. He was my mentor, my teacher, and inspiration at Kaizen Academy and IIT Coaching Center in Visakhapatnam. Dear Madam Toastmaster, fellow members and guests, with little bit of luck, lots of blessings, and my abilities, I made it to one of the most coveted institutes, IIT Kharagpur, and studied electronics. How many of you like Harry Potter? I thought there will be more hands showing up, but anyway, I'm a big fan of Harry Potter, not just because of the literary revolution it caused, but also because Harry Potter and the series, they live I can vicariously feel, I can see myself and my college days when I read the book. My first year of college, it went on making new friends, experimenting with the food where the chapatis were like puppets, and you have potatoes dished out day in and day out along with some unknown vegetables. Get used to it. One of the resolutions that I made in my first year was, come walk me, I will not let go of the food. I ate without leaving even a morsel of it, and I gained 6 kgs in such a kind of food. At that time I was about 86 kgs. By the time I graduated in my final year, I was down to about 60. So the first 6 months I managed to increase by 6, but after that I decreased. The second year was mostly spent on concentrating on academics. But then I made a very big blunder. IIT offered unlimited freedom. I came from a very small conservative South Indian family, and for a 16-year-old boy, that was heaven. I started. In my 3rd semester, I started reading books and discovered the wonderful world of imagination. I read 24 books in that semester, which boils down to about 1.5 books per week. And undoubtedly and without any surprises, I screwed up that semester. After that, I said, okay, it's time, and then I pulled up my socks and concentrated on my acads. The 3rd year went on in deliberating about what should be my options. We used to have optional subjects from my 3rd year onwards. Everybody else used to figure it out in a jiffy, and I had tough time figuring out what I wanted to study, because I wanted to attend every class that was possible. Anyway, that went on. The final year was preparation for the big bad world. Somehow I was never interested in going abroad. It might be to do with, I always had this feeling. I do not know why I studied engineering. I felt I wanted to be an engineer, but I never knew why I took up electronics. It just so happened I got a rank and I joined the college and etc. etc. So I said, I will not do the same mistake when I am doing my masters or any of the higher studies. And then I entered job. My childhood was mostly spent in Visakhapatnam and in a small village called Appanapalli. It's on the banks of the river Godavari. I have very fond memories of me and my brother playing in the fields. My brother Sudhir, playing in the fields which were right next to the bank. My father, Murthy. Please hold your breath. I am going to tell his full name. Ganti Venkata Sita Ramachandra. Sorry, that was my His full name is Ganti Venkata Satya Surya Varaga Lakshmi Narasimhamurthy. The first time I had to write his full name, there were no cell phones, and I was in the passport office where the guy was refusing to accept the application without the full name on it. I looked up the name just because I remembered the initials but not the exact spelling. He was a very hardworking man, and he provided me and my brother with the best education possible. It was only later, once I started working, I realized how many sacrifices he had to make so that me and my brother could get good education. My mother, she used to wake up at 3:30 in the morning just to make sure that I was at the coaching center by 6 in the morning. I owe them all the work ethic and morals that they instilled in me. In 2006, I left a very cozy job at Intel to start something on my own. I partnered with another guy in the area of biometrics where we started a company. Things did not work out. 7 months down the line, I quit. I realized when you run a company, the most important thing is the dynamics between you and your team, rather than just the idea or the technology, which play only a small part. That year, 2007, was dark ages in my life. No money, zero bank balance, no job, and worst of all, low in self-confidence, doubting myself and my abilities. At that point of time, a friend called Ramji suggested a book, What Do You Do When You Want to Do Everything? That talks about a personality type called scanners who want to do everything under the sun. But once they start doing things, they move on to the next thing. Once I read about this and realized that I am not alone, there are many others like me in the world. I said, it was peaceful and a kind of nirvana got onto me. So, I decided to take one thing at a time. First, I ran the marathon, a few half marathons and one full marathon. I decided I will make corrections to my profession and career. I joined a startup, and now currently I head the technology division at Just Eat India. I'm raring to go to take it to be one of the best online companies in India. In 2009, I was standing before the pyramids of Giza, which are 5,000 years old, and looking at the Sphinx. At that point in time, it dawned upon me the infinite insignificance of I in the larger scheme of things. Over to you, Dr.